morning. Welcome to 49ers in 5, your daily update on everything happening with the team that you need to know. I'm Rob Stats Guerrera. Today is Friday, April 7th, 2023. Here's what's happening with your San Francisco 49ers. Huge news in 49er land yesterday. Trey Lance threw a pass. Seriously, that's it. That's what happened. Preston Smith Photography posted a video of Trey Lance throwing a pass on Instagram, and 49ers Twitter took off. Instantly, people were commenting about Lance's throwing motion, breaking it down like it was the Zapruder film. David Lombardi was tweeting out videos of Lance throwing in training camp and trying to compare the two different deliveries. And look, it kind of seems like a lot for just one throw. But don't worry, David Lombardi has a tweet for that. He wrote, quote, "The it's just one throw crowd is ridiculous. One throw is more than zero throws, and Lance's motion didn't look like that the last time we saw him. It's notable and something we were already closely tracking before." Look, I know I'm a guy that breaks a lot of things down and parses a lot of words, but this is a little crazy for me, okay? Keep in mind, one, Lance's throwing motion wasn't a massive issue for him before he got hurt. Two, there's no defense on the field. 3, we don't know anything about the throw other than the fact that it was a tight spiral. And 4, you can't see the receiver other than his hands. Was the throw high? Was it in stride? I have no idea. And look, I get it, okay? It's hopium. It's April. The 49ers don't have a draft pick until day 2. And people want something to glom on to right now, especially with Trey Lance. And I get that. If that's what you want to do, more power to you. But the idea that Trey Lance has somehow fixed his throwing motion that he spent years developing, and he managed to fix it in 1 year while simultaneously rehabbing an ankle injury for the past 6 months, that seems a little crazy to me. That seems a little nuts. But okay, that's what we're doing. So there you go. Trey Lance, one pass, everything's fixed. It's all good. Come on, we're better than that, aren't we? One thing I did like from the video, Patrick Mahomes was there. So Lance and Mahomes are working out together in the offseason, working with a quarterback coach. I like that. That's good. More time with Patrick Mahomes is good for any quarterback on the 49ers roster. Get him there. I love that. That is fantastic. If Mahomes is passing along some tips, that would be great too. We always give you one thing to read, one thing to watch, and one thing you might have missed. One thing to read on this Friday, the city of Santa Clara is considering legal action against the 49ers management company, claiming that the agency hasn't turned over critical information to help the city prepare to host the World Cup in 2026. Santa Clara Police Chief Pat Nicolai said the department, quote, "does not have critical information regarding this event, specifically as it relates to public safety." Grace Hayes has the full story in the Mercury News. One thing to watch, tickets are now on sale for the 3rd annual Dwight Clark Legacy Series. The event begins on Wednesday, May 10th at 7:30 p.m. Tickets are $87, and you can find yours at goldenheartfund.org/DCLS. One thing you may have missed, George Kittle got very mad at me on Twitter yesterday after I complimented a GIF he used. George responded by quote tweeting me with something I wrote back in March about him not finishing his contract, and he added, quote, "for sure, man." Look, I don't know if he thought I was sucking up to him after saying something mean earlier. I'm not quite sure, but I've sat down with George Kittle and interviewed George Kittle and told him to his face that I have criticized him for his lack of production in the red zone. So let's not act like I'm trying to cozy up to anybody here, George. Let's just be real about stuff. What I wrote is nothing personal. It wasn't a comment about George Kittle. It was more a comment about how NFL franchises work, okay? Old guys with big salary cap numbers tend to get cut. That's sort of a thing that happens every year. And when George Kittle finishes his contract, he's going to be 32 or 33 years old, and he's going to have a massive cap number. So sorry if you don't like that, George, but that's just how the NFL works. That's a wrap on today's 49ers in 5. Please rate, review, and follow the Gold Standard Podcast Network. Enjoy your Friday and your weekend, everybody. I'm Rob Stats Guerrera. We'll talk on Monday.